Hey, good morning, everyone. Morning warm up. So, again, I'm coming to you from the book Manifest, and we think about how we want to manifest things in our lives. And there was two key things that I talked about yesterday that I want to do a deeper dive on today. Actually, three things, and that is how we remove fear and doubt through what we call thoughts, perspective, and words. And I just want to cover those three areas. So let's first talk about just our thoughts. So, the National Science Foundation in the United States did a study, and what's amazing is they found this out. On average, we have our non-conscious mind, we have about 60 to 70,000 non-conscious thoughts a day. But here's what's really interesting. 80% of those thoughts are negative, and 90% of those thoughts are repetitive. So think about how difficult that is. Think about if you're not catching yourself, right? We're creatures of habit. If we're not catching ourselves in the moment, we're typically having more negative thoughts than we are positive thoughts, and they're repetitive. And what do we know about the non-conscious mind? It believes what it's told repeatedly. And your non-conscious just looks at your conscious, your conscious mind and says, "Hey, if that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do." And that becomes, remember we talked about that. If you think about something that's told to you over and over and over again, it just becomes your narrative. And here's the other thing: we can only have one thought at a time. One thought at a time. So what if you did this? What if you consciously started thinking about your day and thinking about the thoughts that you have, and start actually in the moment changing those thoughts and replacing positive thoughts over the negative thoughts? And here's the thing. If somebody says, "Well, this will never work," so let's say I have a thought that says this will never work. What if I replace that thought with, "I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out." It's as simple as that. So I want you to think about the course of your day as you're going through your day, and as when you're having negative thoughts. How about this? What if instead you take that thought and you replace that negative thought with a positive thought, a thought that comes from a place of abundance and love versus fear and doubt? Because we cannot manifest if we're choosing to come from a place of fear and doubt. The next one is perspective, right? And all of us have different perspectives. I mean, you can both be sitting somewhere and experience something, and I can have a perspective about it, and you can have a perspective about it that are very different. And remember, your perspective and how you see things, so those create thoughts, right? Those thoughts then turn to emotion, and emotion then turns to vibration, and vibration creates attraction. So if I want to bring more of love and abundance into my life, then I have to start taking more of a love and abundance perspective around things that are happening to me. And so have you ever looked at something and you have a perspective of fear and doubt? Well, guess what? Change that perspective. I love it. I think Dr. Wayne Dwyer says, change the way you see things, and the things you see change. Change the way you see things, and the things you see change. What he's talking about is simply change your perspective. Is your perspective right now on something coming from fear and doubt? Or is your perspective coming from abundance and love? And if it's not coming from abundance and love, then you need to think about changing your perspective. Many times they'll say, take the perspective of another. If you're upset with somebody, switch it. Look at the situation from their side of the table and ask yourself, do they have a point, right? Is there a way that I can approach this differently? And then the last one is this, it's words. I want you to think about the words you use, because remember, what we say goes into our non-conscious mind. And from our non-conscious mind, it creates emotions. And from emotions, it creates vibrations. And it creates then attraction or pushing things away. So simple words. Think about this. How many of you use the word if? If I get this, if I get that. If is a doubt word, because if means it might not happen. What if you just simply replace the word if with when? If I get the job, when I get the job. If I get into a relationship, when I get into a relationship. Folks, it's simple. Here's another one. I can't. Why would you say that? How about this? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I haven't done it yet. But stop saying I can't. Just remove those words. And then the last one is this. You ever say hope? I hope that happens. I hope this. I hope you're well. I hope. Trust. I trust this will happen. I trust that you are well. Come from a place of definitive. Come from a place of moving forward versus coming from a place of fear and doubt. So those are three areas to work on. What are we thinking about? What are your thoughts? What is your perspective? And what words are you choosing to use on any given day? All right, everybody, hey, be awesome, help somebody, make it a great day. I'll talk to you later.